It's gotten to a point where talking about Friday Night Smackdown it puts me in a bad mood. Right? Anytime I come into this room and I get ready to record right after Friday Night Smackdown is over, I just I feel like I just can't do it anymore. We had Friday Night Smackdown again today. It wasn't good. Uh, Subscribe, comment, like, do the things. Let's get into it. Look, was all of Friday Night Smackdown tonight bad? No. But there is no reason why a Danhausen versus Kit Wilson match should steal your show. Now, there are two more shows. There's one Raw and one SmackDown after today before your biggest show of the year. And the thing that I walk away from is not your big championship matches. It's not either world champion, either the men's or the women's world champion. That's not what I walk away excited with. I walk away excited to have seen Danhausen versus Kit Wilson. And don't get me wrong, yes, very nice, very evil. Very happy to see Danhausen out there tonight. Him and Kit Wilson are just a lot of fun in the ring. They're just a lot of fun outside of the ring. We also saw a moment today between R-Truth and Danhausen, and it was like, it wasn't super like comical. It wasn't exactly what we all want. Like WWE is just teasing us with a little bit of R-Truth and Danhausen. It was R-Truth showing Danhausen where to go on the ESPN app so that he can watch WrestleMania. It was actually the most serious segment between both of them. Damian Priest even came in and he's like, am I the crazy one here? Like, nothing more than this kind of thing. So, yes, Danhausen, again, the best part of Friday Night SmackDown. But again, it's a sad day when there are two shows left before your biggest show of the year. And Danhausen is the thing that we're all the most excited to see. Not Randy versus Cody, not Jade versus Rhea. It's Danhausen. And yes, Danhausen, absolute gem. Him, Kit Wilson, and The Miz absolutely know what roles they're playing, and they're playing them well, and kudos to them for doing that. Another part that I liked about tonight's show was we got Roy Keys in his first match, his first official one-on-one match. He went up against Berto Garza in a very fun match. It made him look very strong. It made him look very good. He had a little video vignette before this match that just, built him up as this absolute beast, as this absolute just awesome dude, awesome wrestler. I can't wait to see what he does next. That was also really great. Kudos to him for making his moment count. They were, very close to his hometown. He is from East Palo Alto, very close to San Jose where they were tonight. So great. Kudos to him for showing out to essentially a home crowd for him. All of that, very great. Other than that, man, boy, did SmackDown leave a lot to be desired. Touching on the Royce Keys thing again, after his match, they were interviewing him backstage, and he was approached by Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa is like, hey, look, we both know each other. We both grew up around these parts. I run SmackDown. Let me know if you need anything. So I do think that there's probably going to be a feud there, probably after the Wyatt Six feud happens, after Solo gets probably backstabbed by Tama Tonga. There's probably going to be some sort of feud between Royce Keys and Solo Sikoa. Great. I have absolutely no problem with that. I hope that they make it count. Again, no issues there. Love that for both of them. Other than that, though, like I said, right, the build, the story around the WWE Undisputed Championship, it just keeps getting worse. I expected this week to see more. I expected this week to maybe get a little bit something different to make me go, okay, maybe they're going somewhere. But no, we got more of the same. When Cody Rhodes showed up tonight, he was told that he wasn't allowed to put his hands on Pat. He was told that by Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis was like, it came from above me. So yeah, TKO is running the show. TKO is definitely has its hands in this. That's the story that we're telling. But just what an absolutely overbooked mess of a build. What a terrible story. And it just keeps getting worse because now we have Jellyroll in the middle of this. For some reason, I'm not sure what that reason was, Jellyroll was at Friday Night Smackdown tonight. He wasn't set to have a match. He wasn't set to have a segment in the ring. He wasn't even in the crowd as a fan. He showed up backstage. He spoke to Cody Rhodes a bit, being like, oh, I don't like how that happened, blah, 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 blah. And then he spoke to Pat McAfee, asked him if Pat had told Randy to RKO him a couple weeks ago. And then when Pat McAfee came out to cut this blabbering promo from the broiest bro to ever bro in this side of Broville, we got Jellyroll again. So Cody Rhodes interrupted Pat McAfee. And yeah, look, probably part of this is we all collectively don't want to see Pat McAfee enough that we're willing to cheer Cody Rhodes and all this, especially because Pat McAfee is like, if Randy Orton loses at WrestleMania, you will never have to see me in the WWE ever again. So yeah, all of a sudden, I want Cody Rhodes to win that match. But unfortunately, I do think Randy's going to win this match. And we're just going to see more of this douchebag on TV. And of course, Pat McAfee shot on CM Punk, kept saying that like he cashes his checks to the I'm sorry Saudi Arabia bank account. Sure, whatever. Look, I have my critiques with CM Punk in that sense as well. But oh my God, just what a terrible storyline WWE is building here. So then, yeah, Cody Rhodes came out. He interrupted Pat McAfee, essentially being like, you came to crap all over this business, and I love this business. I grew up in this business. I'm a second generation superstar. And that is all that this story needed to be. All this story needed to be was two second generation superstars, two guys who have traveled together, two guys who were in the same faction together, mentor versus mentee, have one turn heel on the other, fine. But this overbooked mess that we're getting instead, oh, Jesus Christ. And then, of course, right, as Cody Rhodes is running away, what does Pat McAfee do? He does the thing that everybody likes to do with Cody Rhodes, and it's like, yeah, walk your elite ass out of here. Why don't you dance for the people, Stardust? Like, is that even an insult? The guy left the WWE, was one of the founders of the second biggest wrestling promotion that exists right now, right? Something that does wrestling completely different than WWE. It's doing fine. It's being successful. It is something that people like. Look, I've been watching more of it lately. I really enjoy it. Is that really an insult to say you started a competitor? If anything, dude, if anything, that's a compliment. Look at what you built, dude. I just don't get it. I just don't get the storyline. I don't get what they're doing. And then, of course, as Cody's trying to walk away, that happens. He gets pulled back into the ring, and then on the Titantron, on the big screen, we get Randy Orton telling Cody Rhodes to come get his boy, and of course, it's Jellyroll. It's Jellyroll on the floor. He's obviously been beaten up by Randy Orton, and then they start fighting. Randy Orton comes out. He starts beating up on Cody Rhodes. Then Jellyroll gets his hands on Pat McAfee. Randy Orton covers for Pat McAfee. And Randy Orton and Pat McAfee end up on top. They walk away with Cody Rhodes' title. And for what? I don't know. I really don't get the story. Cody Rhodes got a chant over today at least, right? Go home, Pat. Everybody was cheering Go home, Pat at one point. I don't even know what to expect from this match. Am I going to watch it? Sure, I'm absolutely going to watch it. But if this doesn't feel like Travis Scott all over again, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You're a better person than me, I guess. If this is something that excites you, cool, good for you. I'm glad that this type of storyline is for you. I'm glad that you like it, and I'm glad that you found the positivity in this, and I hope you really enjoy it. But yeah, man, this storyline it gets me upset. It gets me upset. I was watching this whole thing go down, and I was just like, why is this even happening? What is the point of all of this? And of course, this whole thing, in the middle of this entire thing, WWE finds a way to just sell tickets They find a way to just come out and start promoting. Hey, there's a promo today, 25% off. Pat McAfee's like, I made that happen. I spoke to a sponsor. They're picking up 25% of the bill just for night one, by the way. So go buy your tickets now. In the middle of all this, in the middle of listen, I made a list of wrestling matches, of WrestleMania matches that I am the most excited for. And the match itself, yeah, look, it's going to be a good match. It's Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton. Everything else around this, I need it to be over. So in the middle of the feud that people hate the most right now, WWE tries to sell us tickets to WrestleMania. I don't get what they're doing. I need this to be over. I can't wait for the Monday after WrestleMania. I can't wait for Sunday, just so that we can be done with this feud, hopefully. I did speak too soon a little bit earlier when I said that the Danhausen and Royce Key stuff was the most exciting part of WWE tonight. Don't get me wrong, Danhausen versus Kit Wilson, my favorite part of Friday Night Smackdown tonight. But we did get a very fun beatdown. I don't. Can you call a beatdown fun? I'm calling it fun. Between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. So Jacob Fatu had a match against Tama Tonga. He basically ran into, Jacob Fatu ran into Solo Sikoa backstage. Solo Sikoa is like, Tama Tonga is going to take care of you tonight. So they got a match. It was Tama Tonga versus Solo Sikoa. Match was fun, of course. Or I'm sorry, not versus Solo Sikoa. Tama Tonga against Jacob Fatu. Match was fun. Of course, Jacob Fatu got the win. After this match, he tried to grab the mic to talk, I don't know, and then was immediately just blindsided by Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre beat the hell out of this dude, man. I want to see this match go out of I want to see this match go out of the stadium. I want this match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, this unsanctioned match. I want it to go up and down the Las Vegas Strip. I've said this in prior videos, but I want to see them fighting in the fountain in Las Vegas. I want to see them fighting next to the Caesar statue at Caesar's Palace. I want to see them slamming each other on the orb in Las Vegas. I want to see them go into a strip club and fight each other there. I need these guys to just beat each other up and down the Las Vegas Strip. I want this match to go on for the entire night. Like, this is the first or second match, I think they said, of night one. I think they did mention that this would be part of like the ESPN hour or whatever. But so I want this match to start then. I don't want this match to end until Monday Night Raw. I want these guys to just fight until their hearts can fight no more. I am so excited for this match. And the build was not my favorite because, as you guys know, if you're watching this, you know that I was pushing for both of these guys to be a part of the championship match, of the WWE Undisputed Championship match. It should have been a fatal four-way involving both of these guys. We're not getting that, fine. But I am excited for this match. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to just see two dudes beat the crap out of each other. Speaking of Solo Sikoa, which I did mention earlier, apparently we're getting that 8-man tag match between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six. That's happening on Friday Night Smackdown next week, which is a bummer. This absolutely should have been a WrestleMania match, but it's a street fight, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think part of the problem was that WWE wasn't doing a great job at creating storylines for a long time, so they leaned on this story a little too hard for a little too long, and a lot of people are just over it. And I get it, but I would have loved these two factions to have gotten a match at WrestleMania, and I think they deserve it. They've honestly been one of the most entertaining parts of Friday Night Smackdown, at least for me, for the better part of 2026 for sure. So, yeah, I mean, I get that they've just let this build up for too long. A lot of people are just over it and tired. I am 100% with you, but I still think they deserved more than the Friday before WrestleMania. And on the women's division, right, the WWE Women's Championship, just another match that just isn't doing it for me. Another feud that just isn't doing it for me. Another WrestleMania match build that just isn't doing it for me. is the Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley match. They just don't have the chemistry. The story just isn't quite there. I feel like this should have just honestly book this like you're booking Brock versus Obafemi, and I'm in. I'm in. Just two women that are just trying to outpower each other, outmuscle each other. That would have been the best build for this match. But instead, we're getting promo battles that just aren't hitting right. We're getting B-Fab and Michin getting involved. We got Io Sky involved last week. This week, Io Sky had a match against Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill won that match. Before that match, Rhea Ripley was beating up. She beat up B-Fab. She beat up Michin to take them out of the equation. Then we got Jade versus Io. Jade won that match. After the match, of course, you all guessed it, Jade Cargill started attacking Io Sky, and then Rhea Ripley came out for the save. So much of WrestleMania just isn't what it should be, and this is one of, honestly, a lot of what's going on in SmackDown is just not it. Some of these matches had just the most simple build possible. You did not need much. Do you need much more than just two names in Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley? You don't. You don't need more than that. I just don't get it. I don't get it. In the match itself, I'm sure it's going to be fine. And I'm sure it's going to get a pop. But I don't see WWE having Rhea Ripley lose. That's their golden goose. And then also, are you really going to take the championship off of Jade Cargill already right after she surrounded herself with a faction? I don't know what WWE is doing. I really, really don't. At least in SmackDown, things just aren't adding up for me. Those were the big things that happened tonight. We did also get a match between Trick Williams and Matt Cardona. Sami Zayn was ringside for that. Before this match, how this match was made was apparently Mello was in the back with the medical team at WWE and basically told that he wasn't fit for WrestleMania. So he's not getting a WrestleMania match, which absolute sucks, man. Carmelo Hayes has been holding down Friday Night SmackDown for so long, right? I had my problems with the Open Challenge. I would have loved a bigger storyline for the U.S. Championship. We did get a bit of a storyline between him and Ilya Dragunov at one point, I guess. But either way, right? Carmelo Hayes was one of the most entertaining parts of Friday Night SmackDown for so long. And I do love Sami. I love Sami Zayn. I just don't think that giving him the title was the right move. But if we are planning a heel turn, then maybe it was. So this match was made again because Carmelo Hayes was in the back being seen by the medical team. Matt Cardona was there with him being like, listen, man, just be ready for next time. I've been at the same spot you're in before where you think you're going to Mania and then something happens. You just got to be ready for next time. Then Trick Williams comes in, interrupts. He's that cool heel, talking smack, of course. And then Matt Cardona's like, why don't you face me tonight? They have a match. And Sami Zayn comes out. He cuts a promo being like, listen, all the haters can hate, but all of my fans will always love me. All of the people here in California who had my back since day one, and no one cheered, really. No one really cheered for that one. So yeah, I do think that we're going to get a double turn at WrestleMania. During this match, Trick Williams did end up winning. He did end up beating Matt Cardona. I feel like they could have given Matt Cardona the win, especially because right before the match ended, we had a segment, we had a bit where Sami Zayn got on the ropes, he got on the apron, he tried to distract Trick, and then he gets pulled off the ropes by Little Yachty. Little Yachty then walks away and then gets haluva kicked by Sami Zayn. This distracts Trick Williams. This distracts Trick Williams, and it looks like Matt Cardona is going to run him up. 1-2. Trick kicks out. He does his finishing move, which I can't remember the name of. And then 1-2-3, Trick Williams gets the win. They could have given the win to Matt Cardona, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think the Trick is going to win the U.S. title at WrestleMania. I do think we're going to get some sort of double turn between these guys, and I have no issue there. I just hope that when Sammy does win the big one, when he does win the Undisputed Championship, probably at next year's WrestleMania, I need him to be face for that again. I do. I need him to be a baby face for that again. We also got a match between Bayley and Alexa Bliss. Bayley is from San Jose. They were in San Jose. Everybody was cheering for Bayley, but no one's allowed to win at home. So Alexa Bliss won that match thanks to, just commotion that was going on outside between Charlotte Flair and Lyra Valkyria getting involved. And this is all to, build the match for WrestleMania, that Fatal 4-Way that's going to be a lot of fun. Still no word if it's going to be the Bellas. Still no word if the Bellas are fit to compete and are going to be a part of that match. It feels like it is. I guess we'll find out soon, right? But yeah, this was pretty much everything that happened on Friday Night SmackDown this week. Friday Night SmackDown is the wrestling show that I watch right now that I look forward to the least. And today I came into it, with open eyes. I came into it with an open mind. I was like, maybe we'll get something different. Maybe they'll explain something. Maybe someone else will show themselves as being a part of this faction, right? Maybe there'll be more today. And nah, we just got Pat McAfee rambling on the mic again. Yeah, I mean, listen, 2 out of 5 stars tonight. And honestly, those 2 stars are because of Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. They are because of Danhausen and Kit Wilson, which did a lot of the heavy lifting for me. What a gem The Miz is, by the way. What a gem. And then also because of Royce Keys and his debut. And just that guy's just so likable. So I hope he gets far in WWE. Anyway, since you made it this far, make sure to drop a like, make sure to hit subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Friday Night SmackDown. Am I just being a negative Nancy here? Or was this just bad? This was just bad. I don't know. I can't see how this was good. This is bad. Anyway, though, click on this video. It's probably going to be... Oh yeah, I ranked every single WrestleMania match in terms of how interested I am in that match. Spoiler alert, the Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton match probably fell a couple spots today. Anyway, though, as always, until next time, have a nice day.